Hey everyone, today I have a fun video. I'm going to be talking about the iconic brand Barbie. There's been so much hype with the movie and Barbie in general lately, and I thought it would be fun to see what type of Barbies they have for diversity when it comes to disabilities. I know that they've been working hard on trying to make their brand more inclusive and looking at varying different body types, different skin tones. Well, I found multiple Barbies and they did not disappoint. There still is room for more inclusion, but I thought that they had a great start when it came to what I was seeing right away. So I found 4 different Barbies that I'm going to share with you today, and then I'm going to show you a picture of a 5th Barbie that I'm super excited about. I wasn't able to get my hands on quite yet. So the first one I have is this Barbie right here. And this is a Barbie that has hearing aids, which is kind of fun to see that they have created a Barbie with hearing aids. Before I open it up though, I wanted to talk a little bit about this packaging. The front, she's in here, it has a zipper, which I thought was really nice and easy to be able to open and take her out. But the back is really hard to read. I can't read anything that's on this. It looks like there's a bunch of other Barbies in the same line here. And it looks like they have numbers or something. So if I want a specific one of these, I would be able to be like, oh, I want this one. And then I could look it up and get that Barbie. However, I can't read the numbers. And even if I could read the numbers, I can't really tell anything about them on here. And so to me, this information isn't very helpful and it's just taking up a lot of space. I love that they have their information in multiple languages. However, it really makes it crowded. This bright neon pink background with the white text is very difficult for my eyes. It vibrates so much and I just can't read any of it. Really, the only thing I can read on this is Barbie. So yeah, that's something that could be improved, is looking at the packaging and maybe even putting an insert or something for these warnings or that kind of thing, instead of trying to cram it all in one spot. Okay, let's go ahead and open this one up. This is nice that it just has a zipper. It's also nice for storing it later if I want. So let's see if I can figure out how to open her. This might be a little tricky. It seems to have little plastic things on it. Okay, there's another one up here. These are kind of hard for me to see because they're clear. So I'm kind of just tugging on her to fill and try to see where the little things that need to be cut off are, so I can get this Barbie out. Hopefully I don't cut her hair or anything. That would be tragic. So this Barbie has a short little dress with a white collar, and on the dress it's a black background. And it has pastel and white little flowers on it, and then she has some pink boots. It looks like these are boots. Oh, and she doesn't have the arched foot, so these aren't the typical heels you would see on a Barbie. Now, something I noticed when I first got her is that they intentionally put her hair in a ponytail so that I think her ears are showing, so it emphasizes that she has hearing aids. Let me see if we can get a better view of these hearing aids. So it looks like to me that the hearing aid part is pretty much clear in her ear. And then there's a little decorative piece on the bottom that almost looks like an earring, kind of. That's pink. So I was kind of curious to see if I would be able to take the hearing aids out. I was worried that they would come out or break off easily, which it feels like it could break off easily if you weren't careful. So you definitely could take her hair out and let it down, but I think that was smart of them for the packaging purposes to make it obvious that she has hearing aids by putting it in a ponytail. Yeah, this Barbie is just fun. You can play with this Barbie like any other Barbie. It could create conversations about her hearing aids and why she's wearing the hearing aids. This just shows, you know, some people have hearing aids and that's just a part of them and something that they use to help them hear. All right, so the second one I got is a Barbie with a prosthetic leg. She's also the interior design Barbie. When I was looking, there was multiple options for Barbies with a prosthetic leg, and they just have kind of a variety of different like careers or other varying visual things like the skin tone or what their hair is like, etc. And you can kind of just pick whichever one you wanted. Here's the packaging on the back for this one. I like how this one kind of tells me, I assume You know what? Honestly, the text is in black, which is way easier to read, but it's still hard for me to read. It's so tiny that I can't even read that. But it looks like it would be a little bit easier than the other one. And then they feature other Barbies here, which that doesn't really tell me much. I can't see it very well. And then also all the warnings and stuff below that are in the bright pink again. So this is the interior design Barbie, which I thought would be fun because I'm a designer and she's a designer. So I was like, I want this Barbie. I've never had a Barbie before, at least that I recall. So this was kind of fun to get Barbies. So one of my main reasons why I got these Barbies that have disabilities is so that when I have my nieces and nephews or other kids over at my house, they have a toy to play with. And they can be exposed to people with disabilities even if they're just in Barbies. And this way they can get used to a Barbie being a little different and start the conversation about what disabilities are and how those work. And I think it's just a great way to start conversations about disabilities with children. Now let's see if we can get this one open. I found kind of a gap on the bottom. Looks like I'll be able to pull it open. Okay, I was able to just pull off the backing on this Barbie. So I did like this zipper one because I could store her in this, and now this one I won't be able to. I don't have a way to really store her very easily. So it comes with this cute little interior design card. It's like a vision board with a floor plan on it. You could call it a mood board, I guess. And then I have this little clip thing. I'm not sure what this is. It looks like it's has a picture on it. What is that? Oh, is that the Barbie dream house? That's totally the Barbie dream house on it. But I don't know what you use for it. It has a little clip on the back. I'm not really sure. Too bad I can't read the packaging because it might tell me. Well, in this picture here, it just kind of sits in her hand. So let's see if we can make this kind of sit in there. There we go. So it's kind of just like a little clipboard that she can carry around of her designs and show other people. I don't see a way for her to hold her little mood board or anything, but we'll just set that aside for now. Okay, so the Barbie herself. Oh, hold on. Looks like I gotta fix her hair. I don't know if you can see this, but it's a little plastic clear piece. That's what's keeping her hair down, and there's lots of it on here, and I can't see it. I'm all worried about cutting her hair, trying to get it loosened, but I think I finally got it. Okay, I got her hair loose. It's kind of like shaggy. Look, there's like a piece I feel like needs to be cut off here. So this Barbie comes with a pink dress, and then it has, oh, checkered. Well, I don't think it's really checkered. I don't know what this is called. It's kind of like checkered, but it's black and white. Shoot, what is this called? Buffalo, maybe? I don't actually know what this is called. This is a pattern, but she has a jacket that's black and white. And it goes over her pink little dress. And then for her leg on her left side, she has a prosthetic leg. So let's see what it looks like here. She has, it kind of tapers off up by her hip. And then she has the prosthetic leg. Now, let's see. She also has flats. So the shoe flats come with this plastic thing. You could have left it on so that, like, if you have a really young kid playing with it, maybe you want to keep it on so they don't lose the shoes. But part of the fun of Barbie is putting the shoes on and off. Anyways, what I was saying was this leg with the prosthetic leg has what looks like a regular foot on the end. They look the same, so it almost makes it feel like they're implying that she has a normal foot but a different leg. But that's probably just how it was made. I think it's super cool that they have a Barbie with a prosthetic leg because it shows that there are people who have missing limbs, and also just everyone's not built the same. And so playing with this Barbie makes it so children are thinking about that kind of thing and making it more normal. So when they meet children at school or in other places and they see someone with a prosthetic leg or something like that, it's going to be more normal for them because they have a Barbie like that. I didn't realize that Barbies couldn't move their arms or legs like where their elbows and knees are. I guess that's normal, but it would be kind of nice if I could like pretend walk with this Barbie and see what it would be like. So this is the interior design Barbie who has a prosthetic leg. Okay, the third Barbie I got is a wheelchair Barbie. Well, I don't think she's called a wheelchair Barbie. I shouldn't call her that because that's not her only identity. But this is a Barbie who she uses a wheelchair. So let's go ahead and open her up. Okay, this packaging I have to show you is the best. So on the back, it's probably because there's a lot more real estate. See how this is like twice, if not more, of the size. And so there's more room to put information on it. So it has all the Barbies and it has the numbers. I personally can't read those numbers under all these Barbies, but I can definitely see the pictures better. And if the design was improved, I would be able to see the numbers. And then they have the pink section with all the warnings and everything. I can't read. That half is still hard for me to read. All right, let's go ahead and open up this Barbie with a wheelchair. You guys, I'm really hoping that this wheelchair works for any of the Barbies that I've bought. For example, this Barbie with the prosthetic leg, I'm really hoping we'll be able to use the wheelchair. I'm a little nervous because her legs don't bend, but if she could, that would be awesome because not everyone who has a prosthetic leg will be able to walk, or sometimes they will take off their leg or keep it on and still use a wheelchair. So I'm hoping this Barbie, or I'm hoping that the wheelchair is interchangeable with other Barbies. So this Barbie comes with a wheelchair and a ramp. The ramp is orange and it has a Barbie logo on it. So when I read the description, it says that it gave a ramp so that if you have one of the Barbie dream houses, this Barbie can more easily get in and out of the dream houses. So that's really cool that they considered that when children are playing with these Barbies, and the fact that this wheelchair would want to be able to go in and out of the dream houses just like any other Barbie. I'm worried I'm gonna ruin her. She has like, her head is like attached in here or something. I'm gonna have to cut it off, and luckily there's no hair on this side, but still, man. No one wants to be cutting their brand new Barbie's hair. Okay, I was finally able to get this Barbie out of its packaging. I still have a piece of the plastic hidden behind in her head. I personally can't see it well enough, and I tried for a good 10 minutes to try to get it out myself. So I'm just gonna leave it in there, and when someone who can see better can help me cut it out, that's great, but it's hidden, so whatever. So this Barbie also had varying options. This one's African American. I wanted to get one that was African American to add to my collection. She has a romper on that looks like it's sunglasses that are hearts, and then there's rainbow filled inside the hearts. And then she has on some cute flats that look like gel shoes. And this is her taken out of the wheelchair. So she definitely has more hinges than these other Barbies that I have. She has actual knees that can move. Oh, and her hands move, which is nice, especially when you're using a wheelchair, so you can put your hands on there. This Barbie has a cute little black fro for her hair and some cute yellow hoop earrings. And then her wheelchair is mostly black and gray, but then there's some accessory parts for the smaller wheels in the front that is pink. So there's a good mixture of pink and gray and black. And then the back side has a Barbie logo. They have this clear piece in the top that looks like it's so you can put her in and she'll actually stay in her wheelchair instead of falling out. So it's nice that they thought of that. And then I noticed that the wheelchair has some brakes that you can put on and off and play with her like that. So that's cool that they made it kind of more realistic. I'm not a wheelchair user, so I can't speak to the realisticness of it, but it seems like they at least considered some things when making this wheelchair. So I'm gonna go ahead and set her back in her wheelchair. She sat down real easy with this plastic piece. So here she is in her wheelchair, and it's really nice because you can move the footrest here, you can move these brakes. Okay, now I wanna see if the other Barbies will work. I am thinking they won't work in the wheelchair because they don't have the hinges, but let's see. It looks like I might be able to set her in. But yeah, look at that. She doesn't work in the wheelchair. She looks very uncomfortable. She can't bend her legs, so I can't put her legs or her feet on the footrest here. So it's kind of a bummer that the other Barbies don't really work with the wheelchair. But the thing that I am happy about, that I would have really been sad about, is if the Barbie that came with the wheelchair wasn't able to come out of her wheelchair. Now, every person that is in a wheelchair doesn't always use a wheelchair 100% of the time. Some of them do, some of them don't. It's like any disability. There's a range of people who use wheelchairs, and it's just a tool to help them with whatever disability they might have. So I do really appreciate that this Barbie can get out and in of her wheelchair as she pleases. I feel like they should make all the Barbies with these hinges. Now that I play with it more, like these arms really don't do much. It looks like actually the elbows are more of an aesthetic thing to make them match the legs so that they can be put in the wheelchair, but the arms actually don't bend. Look at that. They're just straight like the other Barbies. They do slightly, but not really. I don't know if they're supposed to, but they're not for me. But at least they considered the hand and having to use the hand for the wheelchair. The fourth Barbie is the one that I don't physically have with me, but I really want to tell you about it. So this Barbie is really special. It's a Barbie that has Down syndrome. So it's a little more petite, smaller. She has more of a wider face than the typical Barbie would have. And I watched an interview about it. I can link in the description. But it was really cool to see what they considered when they were making this Barbie and the details that went into it. So the dress is yellow and blue flowers, which yellow and blue are colors for Down syndrome. And also flowers signify Down syndrome. So that totally makes sense that her dress is blue and yellow flowers. And then she has a little necklace that's pink on her. And this necklace has 2 arrows pointing up. And this signifies the third 21st chromosome that people with Down syndrome have. And then they say that the arrows are pointing up to show hope because it's pointing towards the heavens. This Barbie also has some braces on her feet, and she's wearing tennis shoes instead of wearing high heels or anything fancy like that. It's more practical with the tennis shoes and the braces, which will help her be able to walk. I love the intentionality that they use to create this Barbie. All right, the last Barbie I have is really special to me, and this one I'm going to be keeping in its box and not taking it out for playing, just for viewing purposes. This is the Helen Keller Barbie. The Helen Keller Barbie was created in a line of inspiring women. The packaging is quite different. It's not bright pink and fun. It has more of a serious tone and it's more educational. I think it's awesome because this packaging, they put Braille on it for the Helen Keller Barbie. And this just says Helen Keller Educator, which is the label on the box here. And then there's a picture of Helen Keller in the sepia tone. She has old-fashioned clothes on, and it looks quite a bit like the pictures I've seen of her, so that's kind of fun. And then she's holding a book, and it says Braille on it, and then it also says Braille in Braille, so that's kind of fun. I don't know, it looks like it's actually tactile like this box, so the Braille on the book is actually tactile. The back of the packaging is also cool. On the top, it explains who Helen Keller is and why she's so awesome. And then below, it has a white background with high contrast Braille with a navy blue, because people who are visually impaired would be able to read this packaging. And so I thought that was really cool that they added that touch. So for those of you who don't know who Helen Keller is, she was born in 1880. And she's very special because she was the first deaf-blind, so she was both deaf and blind. And she was the first person who was deaf-blind to get a bachelor's degree. And then she went on to do extraordinary things. She was an author, she was a speaker, and an advocate for the blind and disability community. And so my hope with this Barbie is that people aren't just looking at her like, oh wow, she's so amazing because she has these disabilities, and then how does she do these things, and taken her challenges and ran with it. So I really like this Barbie, and I will definitely be keeping this one in the packaging and displaying it. So I thought it was really fun to do this video and to unbox all these Barbies. Which one of these Barbies was your favorite? And also comment below what other type of Barbies you think that should be created. I personally don't know what it would look like if they had a Barbie that was blind or visually impaired. As you can tell, Helen Keller, she looks like a very normal person. She doesn't look any different than any other person. It could be fun to have an accessory that's like a white cane that you could be used for any of these Barbies, and then that could make any of your Barbies visually impaired or blind. You also could have like a guide dog or something like that. That could be kind of fun. I highly encourage all of you to find ways to find more diversity in the toys that your children or your nieces or nephews, whoever you have around you, that people can use, so that we can have more conversations and just normalize people being different than each other. And I hope you all have a fantastic week. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!